Hi, it's Heather from Sister Stand Strong here and the Bootstrap Business Blueprint. So how are you doing? How are you getting on? Wow, okay, so we're covering so much in this stuff, right? Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about that last bit of the customer attraction process. This is all about creating memorable marketing that makes an impact, and it makes sure that you are front of mind in terms of communications to your potential customers. So the first rule is to be remembered. So when you create a connection that is ongoing, this is a crucial part of the customer attraction process. And like the other two elements, it does apply to each part. So you don't want to just make a contact with someone once. There is a marketing rule of 7, as it's called, and this has shown that potential customers have to hear or see you at least 7 times before they take action and buy from you. And this actually came from the 1930s from movie executives who found that they had to advertise 7 times to get people to go and watch a particular movie. So this has been sort of like played out many, many times over the years. So how can you do this when everyone else is vying for the same customer? Well, the old way versus the new way. Let's introduce you to this. So there are 3 ways that you can connect with a potential customer more than once to stay front of mind of them. So advertising is one way, but that can be expensive. And number 2 is email marketing. And number 3 is something like a Facebook group. Now, the first option, advertising, is obviously a numbers game. You know, that 100 people that I spoke about? To get in front of that 100 people at least 7 times, that can be quite expensive. So you'll want to consider this part of your strategy as you grow your business. But, you know, when you're starting out, you might not have the cash to advertise. So that's fine. Let's move on to number 2, which is email. Now, email is the preferred option, and it's one of the older ways of doing this. But the rule of thumb here is to make your emails very conversational and personal. That is the new way of doing email. The old way of doing email was just to introduce people to newsletters, and quite honestly, I don't know. If somebody offered me sort of like, do you want to sign up for a newsletter? It's like, no, I really don't. So from that point of view, make your emails exciting, make them different, make them personal. That way, actually, the more conversational and personal you can make them, the more people will come to know, like, and trust you. And that's exactly what you want to do, regardless of the size of your organization. And I know everybody kind of hides behind the branding and the big business stuff, but actually when you're starting out, you want to make personal conversation with people so they get to know you. The third way, anyway, is the newest way, and it's quite an amazing strategy that we teach our aspiring 6- and 7-figure owners. It's a way of communicating with a target audience on a daily, weekly basis. It's building the know, like, and trust. It's about staying front of mind with your potential customers until they need you. I really love this third way now because it's far more personable than the email option. It's less expensive than the advertising route, and it really is, a return on investment of time. So rather than having your energy scattered doing loads of things, you can really focus in on a beautiful group of people who you can serve, you can show up, you can serve, you can be of help to them and support. And then, if they need you, you are there, you are still front of mind for them. So here we go. So here's how to take some action. So which strategy are you going to use for your customers? Which one do you believe they would respond to better? Seeing an advert, having an email, receiving an email from you, or being in a like-minded group of people that you can have conversations with, you can support, and you can bounce ideas off. Number 2, if you're choosing email, then I recommend you first reconnect with your audience using that 9-word email that I mentioned to you, because you've got to get your audience warmed back up again. And number 3, if you're opting for a Facebook group, set up the group immediately and invite all your past and existing customers to it. Let them know that you'll be sharing offers, advice, information, and discounts on purchases. So this is the thing with the Facebook group option. It's really, really simple. Remember what I mentioned to you about the 2 types of customers, existing and new customers. It is always better to start with your existing customer base first. So if you have got some existing customers, make sure you set up a group immediately for them, like an inner sanctum. So when they do purchase something from you, they're there in this particular group, and you've got great customer service aftercare within that group. And also you can run things past them. You've got new product development you can do in there. It's a really great way of connecting, a great great modern way really of connecting with your audience so that you're front of mind for them. So if you're choosing emails, make sure your emails are personable. No one likes getting emails, as I said, from a faceless organization. So be really genuine with your conversation, genuinely want to help someone. If you're choosing the Facebook group, use something like Canva, I've introduced you to create the header for your group, set the rules of your group and write a description. You might want to add 3 questions at the beginning of the group when they join. You can do this if you're setting up a group. And one of the questions would be, would you like to receive offers of information via email? Now, there is a caveat to this. Facebook are changing their rules about email collection, and so this might not be an option moving forward. So you will have to find ways of perhaps collecting information of your potential customers within your group. Remember, if you're setting up a Facebook group, you do not own the data, the information within that group. So at any time, Facebook could pull that. That's the downside of having a Facebook group. So it's really important that you offer free information in terms of, I don't know, downloadable ebooks, etc., etc. Challenges are really great. And just because you have a product, you might be dismissing these things and saying, well, I can't offer an ebook, I can't offer a digital product download, I can't really do a 5-day challenge because it's a product. And actually what I'm saying is that yes, you can. You can. In fact, it's a very, very powerful strategy to use if you have a product, for you to be able to capture people's imaginations by doing a 5-day challenge concerning the topic that you are helping people with in terms of linked to your product is very, very powerful. So I want you to kind of expand your mind on this in terms of what is possible for you and your business and your customers. And look at these 3 different aspects. Advertising is the most expensive way. Email is quite old school, so you've got to make it personable. And 3, Facebook groups are the newer way. They're interactive, but you don't own the data within that group. Anyway, I hope that has helped, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.